Ding 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 ding. Do 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 do. Yegs and bacon, gonna see what's shaking, 'cause there ain't no faking here on Yegs and Bacon. Yegs and Bacon.
Well, hello there. It's me, a Brandon, and just a Brandon, unfortunately. If you hear some moving and some shaking in the background, that would be Danica. She's still here. The Chirons don't work at all. I'm amazing. I'm a turd.
Oh my god.
If that works for you folks. Then we're both here. So
Tell them what happened.
I am going to tell them what happened.
I don't know if they can even hear me.
We're not sure if you can hear Danica off in the background. You might be able to. It depends on how directional this microphone is. But a lot happened. We're still at the store. It probably would have been kind of like a average day's worth of grabbing stuff and doing things and whatnot. But when we got back, as many of you people know, we took a mini vacation on the weekend. And when we got back from that on Monday, we were like, oh, let's go to the store, kind of check in and grab something that we need at home. And when we got here, our ceiling was leaking again. For a long time, folks, y'all know that we've had some troubles with our ceiling. There's some residential above us, and the pipes keep corroding because they are super freaking old. And that's a thing that ended up happening. Again, it was probably one of the worst that we've had here. So the store had to be completely exploded, rearranged. And while we were doing that stuff and kind of getting hold of plumbers, the building manager to get a hold of the plumbers to get a hold of, etc. We're doing processing, we're getting things ready. And the store's not quite ready. And so Danica is off doing that. And I'm here, partly because that's sort of more comfort levels. If Danica was sitting doing the show the whole time, you could see behind her eyes, she'd be screaming. Being like, but there's things I can be doing. And so that's why we're doing it this way. Hey, Danica.
Yeah?
The people say that they can hear you.
Oh, that's lovely. I miss you all. I'm sorry.
Do you want to hijack the camera a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
I want to show them up into some holes in this house.
Oh my god. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm gross and sweaty because I've been mopping and moving stuff. And hello.
Oh, and apologies to our audio listeners who will not be able to see what we showed them.
Yeah, no, the audio this week is gonna be bunk. So, oh my gosh, okay, let me see if I can literally, there we go. So that's a new hole in our ceiling. New hole. We had to get another length of pipe replaced because it was corroded and not great. And we had some, let's see. So I made that damage because it was bubbling and I wasn't sure if I should just kind of let it out. But then I did that with a broomstick. It's fun. It's fun in here. So as you can see, there are bookshelves kind of everywhere and it's not great. So I apologize for not being on the show tonight. I will hopefully be done this before the end of the show and I can just come and say hi. But yeah, right now I'm I'm thanking our woodworker Drew, because everything is on wheels, and we are more prepared for this leak than we ever have been, because we have many, 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 many leaks in the past. So, hi Eric. I will say hi now just in case I don't get here. There's tons of comics. I haven't even had time to look at them. I'm so sorry. But we are going to talk about them. Brandon's going to talk about them because I can't. So I'm going to give him back. Wait. What? There we go. And then I'm going to make really annoying sounds in the background, and I apologize.
I'm so great. I'm the best.
I'm a duck.
That is me.
I'm a duck.
That's me.
That's all I can
And
do.
I'm Danica.
What? Also host. Oh yeah, you are a gad about it. You're definitely a gad about it. All right. I'll talk to you all later. Love you.
All right, folks. So yeah, a couple of things that we'll be doing. Thank you for bearing with us with our wild ceiling and whatnot. As is tradition, feel free to try and name the hole, because we do have a grand tradition here at Varying Tradition of naming the holes that appear in the roof. I feel like this one is not a Bernard, but a Bernard.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. So a Bernard is there. Yeah. And the not one true Andrew is asking, are you guys high? No. Oh, goodness, if we were.
No, we're tired.
We're tired.
I haven't fed the cats yet, so I have that on my mind.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to try and get through this week's stuff as quick as possible, which is going to be hard because, one, there's a lot of books, and two, there's a lot to talk about. We already went over Burn It, and we're going to talk about the things that are happening with DC's distribution once more. There's been another shift, and we're going to talk about what I think it means for the future of Marvel. That's going to be very interesting, and that's going to be a little bit later. But first, I'm going to run through some of this stuff. Something that some folks are going to want to know about. The Batman White Knight universe is doing a Harley Quinn series. If you are enjoying the Batman White Knight stuff, or looking for just a slightly alternative take on the Batman mythos, with a Harley Quinn that's actually super rad. In this span of time, the Joker is dead and Batman is behind bars. So good time to be a Harley Quinn, because Joker was a b-hole and Batman was an a-hole. Just some B's and A's all up in this grill. All right. A super exciting thing that we share with a few stores that are serviced in this area. Universal has located and found our Dark Knight's Death Metal, Speed Metal copies. So if you're wondering what the fast boys and girls are doing during Death Metal about a month ago, this is what they were doing. And I say that somewhat flippantly. Definitely check it out, especially if you are a current Flash fan. This is a Joshua Williamson. It actually has some stuff to do with his run, and sets, I believe, in my personal opinion, sets some things right with Wally West. The new one this week, Dark Knight's Death Metal, Robin King. I will, in fact, say the whole titles all the time because it is super bonkers. And whenever we have to search for these things, it's also super bonkers. This one is about Robin King. It's basically about that little creepy boy, Robin, that's been hanging out with the Batman What Laughs. And see, this isn't as good when I just do it by myself. And his kind of like super murdering ways. We got some sweet Riley Rossmo, Art Riley Rossmo of, well, mostly usually of Calgary. Sometimes when I say he's from Calgary, people are like, man, that dude moved to Kamloops temporarily or somewheres. But then he goes back to Calgary. So I'm 90% sure he is currently in Calgary. If not, he is from Calgary, and he's a good dude, and y'all should buy the book to help feed that man's family, because he got mouths to feed, as do we. Mouths of very tiny kittens who are at home, very, very sad, because there's no food. Oh, cough, cough. I'm pretty sure they're going to be okay, though. Just like a little okay. All right. We got Dune. Hey, have you ever heard of Dune? It's, I believe, a serious spin-off of Beetlejuice in space, is I'm pretty sure what Dune is. Because sandworms joke. In all seriousness, y'all know Dune. Dune is that awesome space movie thing that's been delayed and originally a book. Boom Studios is doing a book with Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, the folks what have been doing the more modern Dune products. And yeah, you got yourself a 12-issue series. You can get the regular cover, or for a little bit more, you can get the die-cut sandworm cover, Space Sandworm, a Spanus. That's Space Anus, the thing that ate Boba Fett. You know, super awesome mercenary man Boba Fett, eaten by a Space Anus. Coolest man in the universe. I do genuinely like the things that I talk about. Sometimes it doesn't seem that way because I'm tired and I like making jokes. I only joke about things that I truly like. If I don't like something, you're gonna be able to tell because I won't care. And yeah, so this is the other cover by Dan Mora. Dan Mora is rad and deserves more of y'all's attention.
Did you mean to do that? Yeah, you did. Ah!
All right. Tank Girl's back. Tank Girl is back at Eric Powell's company, the Albatross Funny Books. That's pretty cool because they were at Titan, they were at Image, they were at IDW. Tank Girl has moved around. They were a little bit everywhere. Now it's landed stateside anyways at Albatross. A super great fit for that company, which basically does kind of like, I don't know, bombastic style humor books with like creeping seriousness in it. But hey, if you want some awesome Australian style apocalypse fiction and are just like, you know what, Mad Max can go eat a butt. Ooh, this is bad when I do this by myself. As evidenced by the stunning lack of comments. I do understand though, because this is kind of like the bookie book part where Brandon's talking to himself. The bookie book part. If y'all have been waiting for more of the comics version of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, hey, there is something for you here. It's Madam Satan #1. And it's definitely pulling more from the TV show. But hey, if you're also sad about the TV show going off, then you get some more tastes here. And from the sounds of it, it's actually the first taste of some more stuff coming in the future, as Archie has been a lot quieter for this year. But from some interviews that I've seen, they've got some pretty cool plans for the future. There's a new Werewolf by Night series coming out from Marvel. This one features a mostly indigenous creative team, which is very good, and features a new indigenous character. So the cover has a different writer team than a little bit of a different writer team than what is kind of presented inside. Now there's an explanation for it in the back, but I haven't been able to read all of it. But Taboo, you might know that person from Black Eyed Keys. No, Black Eyed Peas. Not to be confused with the Black Keys. They're different. Very different. Jackna, Scott Eaton, Scott Hanna, and color art by Miroslav Merva. It's a really cool book to check out. I've been able to go through most of it except for the last one. And yes, the goofy wolf face is I don't know how to pronounce his name. Vrege variant. He is doing all of the Indigenous Marvel covers that are coming out in November. So if you've seen those and are excited about those, this is actually an early taste. The other ones I do in fact like the other ones better. I do understand what they're doing with this one, which is really beautiful. Alrighty. I'm personally excited about the new Edgar Allan Poe Snifter of Blood series. Ahoy Comics has been doing a few of these series where they just basically have writers do spooky spoofs and kind of take on Edgar Allan Poe, who was not a great person, but wrote a lot of things and died poor and had the consumption real bad, and like the hots for, I believe, his cousin. You know, like classic old timey writer stuff. And finally, we have the Scumbag, which I've been describing as, what if Garth Ennis wrote The Big Lebowski? That's kind of what you're getting here. More kind of a superhero angle with just like a garbage human being. I know the dude wasn't entirely garbage, but if Garth Ennis wrote him, he probably would be. And holy heck, sweet dang it. It is, it's a rough book to read, but it's a fun book to read if you're into kind of like that darker, a little grosser humor. Okay, quickly through a couple other things. There's a new Fantastic Four issue 25. It is going to kick off a big new idea for the Fantastic Four in the Marvel Universe. Spider-Woman number 100 is out. It's got the story by Carla Pacheco and art by Perry Perez. Super excited to see where this is going because, hey, this series has been wonderful up until this point too. There's two parts of X of Swords where the X-Men are collecting heckin' swords and doing a lot of stuffs. Andrew brings up a good point. What if Rick Remender wrote Phil Hester's Golly? That is probably a better analogy, but only a sales pitch to you and me, Andrew. Golly, if you ever come across it, is this wonderful kind of like, I don't know, like it's some deep carny stuff, where it's like magical realism meets kind of scummy carnival barky stuff. Beautiful book. One of my favorite comics. So number 2 is Christopher Cantwell is continuing to do Iron Man. It's so much fun because Patsy Walker basically yells at Iron Man for being kind of a dick the whole time, and Iron Man just being like, look, I'm trying to be better. And it's like, yeah, but you're trying to be better like a billionaire tries to be better. Really topical for these times. What's up?
Patsy's a real friend.
Patsy's a real friend is what Danica is saying. Because, yeah, she's one of the only people telling him what he needs to hear. Wonderful book written by the co-creator of *Halt and Catch Fire*. So he is very adept at writing self-centered ding-dongs. Again, I said that with love. That show's amazing. Stillwater issue 2 is out. Nice new horror series from good Canadian boys, Chip Zdarsky and Roman K. Perez, with the color art by Mike Spicer. A really good creeping horror story about a town where nobody can die, and they kind of like to keep that secret, except people stumble across it and then stuff goes freaking wild. And then finally, for the single issues, we've got You Look Like Death #2. It's some more Klaus stuff from the Umbrella Academy. If you like the Umbrella Academy, you will like this. It's co-written by Gerard Way. It's got art by Ian J. Kulbard, who I love from so many things, including a lot of his work on 2000 AD. Brass Sun is one of my favorites of his. Wilds and from Boom. His weird Lovecraft stuff, I'm pretty sure it's the Lovecraft stuff, is really good, despite Lovecraft. But, you know, stories are stories. Alrighty. I'm so excited for the new volume of Space Boy. I want to encourage all of you out there right now to go to webtoons.com or get the app and go into Space Boy, because it's been running for quite some time. I've actually started reading it on my phone. The brilliant things that they do with this Space Boy story, using the scrolling technique to actually show passage of time and layouts, is remarkable. And I really enjoy the book. I love it in this format. I love it in the other format. It's basically this just super sweet personal sci-fi story about a young girl and her friends, and a future where you can essentially be displaced for 30 years in like a cryo sleep if you need to be transferred anywhere, and how culture changes, and how friends never do, or connection with people can kind of transcend different things. I am also super excited for this freaking Animorphs graphic novel adaptation. Hey, do you want to know something cool about the Animorphs? The Animorphs are who taught me how to be against fascists. It's kind of wild because I started reading them again a little bit ago after hearing some things. And yeah, it's basically a story about like 5 kids who have to fight a bunch of fascist brainworms that take control of people and turn them into fascists. Some through cooperation, and some through coercion, and some through force, basically. There's scenes in the books where one of the characters like pretty much stomps a street harasser. There's all kinds of stuff. Animorphs kind of turned me into who I am today. And I'm very excited for this graphic novel adaptation from Chris Grind, who did Chicken Hair back at Dark Horse. And also very excited for Twins, which is a new graphic novel. You want to talk about this one?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. You know more about it than I do.
Oh. No, I legit read it the other night. Twins is really good. It's about 2 twin sisters who they reach grade 7, and one is trying to basically work out her own identity and figuring out who she is. And the other one was fine, just, you know, wearing matching outfits and spending all the time together. And yes, it's very, very junior high where everything's changing. And so what happens is that they end up both running for student president, and then there's conflict therein. And so it's a really good story. I think anyone should read it, really.
Yeah.
I don't have any siblings, but I loved it. So, all right, bye. Tried to get in there.
Awesome. Andrew asked, probably in terms of how Animorphs helped form me into the person I am today. Where are my parents? I can answer at least half of that. My dad's was gone. It's fun now because he's a good dude who had some growing up to do. But that was a little bit of it. I read a lot and sat around at dance shows and baton twirling tournaments, just reading while my sister did stuff. Good times being a kid. All right, I want to talk about one more new graphic novel that's come out, but I believe we have a special guest to do that for us, so gonna play a little bit of that right now. This is a message to all of you fine, fancy people. I should probably turn that off. Boo boo doo boo doo boo doo. Oh yeah, and Andrew, don't don't worry about that. I kind of drop a little bit when I talk about my childhood. It's actually super fun because like I am who I am now, and Danica met me and seemed to like me, so I'm pretty okay. You know, kind of super lucky that way. All right, talking about the last graphic novel with a special guest. Let's hit this.
Hi there, I'm Elsa Chartier. I'm the co-creator of November, an image series that I co-created with Matt Fraction, who I'm sure needs no introduction. I'm just checking it real quick with you guys to let you know that November Volume 3 is coming out on October 21st, and that you can still pre-order Volume 4, which is going to be the conclusion of the series, by that same date. If you've picked up the first volumes, hopefully I don't need to convince you to keep on reading, but if you're new to the series, I think it's safe to say that if you enjoy Mazzucchelli, Darwin Cook, or Eduardo Risso's work, that November is probably a series that you'll enjoy. We also wanted to thank you guys and the wonderful people at Variant Edition Comics for your support by offering everyone who gets a November Volume 3 copy a signed print. Thank you so much, and I hope you will enjoy the series. Thanks.
So that's pretty cool, right? That was sent to us. They will be sending signed prints. They have not arrived yet, but they are on their way. Something like this happened with Volume 2, but they've been super supportive of us. We like being super supportive of them. November is a wonderful, amazing series. I love it when people go straight to graphic novel, but these folks put extra attention to it. There's some beveling here. This is the first volume. There's texture basically to the cover. The artwork and everything about this is immaculately designed from this Ryan Hughes design packaging to the letters. Who the letter is somebody that they found who was working at Ad House, who was doing a bunch of stuff, and basically created handwriting for all of the different characters in here for their thoughts and whatnot, and built this beautiful experience of this. To hear described, it was basically like so a big crime noir thing is happening, and these are the characters at the side who kind of get swept up in the wake of it. So they're not exactly sure of the whole scope of what's happening, but something big is happening around them and to them, and it's about their journeys and whether or not they kind of get out of it in one piece. This is the third one that is out this week. Holy crap! I love these books, and definitely check them out when you come here if you haven't gotten them yet. We do have a good solid stock of the first one to dig into. Again, I highly recommend it. To hear these folks talk about this book and the love, the care that they put into it, it's super remarkable. And every time a new volume comes out, I just reread all of it. It's going to be 4 volumes total. Again, super highly recommended. And you'll be seeing me talk more about it online because I'm going to be writing something, which is going to be cool. All right. Finally, this week, we need to talk about what the heck's going on with DC. So on Monday, an announcement went out from one of DC's distributors, UCS, that they would no longer be carrying DC product as of the end of the year. They will stop doing final order cutoffs as of the end of November, and any product shipping in January and past are going to be served through Lunar. They're actually going to transfer over the orders. Now, myself being me, if I were in a situation where I would need to get those orders transferred over, I would be double checking them myself. Never trust folks to have your things in order. You trust you to have your things in order. Always kind of double check that. It's an unfortunate lesson from business. And I just want to go over what some of this means now. From my understanding, from what I've heard, both sort of publicly announced and not quite publicly announced, this seems to be a decision of UCS dropping DC and not the other way around. The thinking, the scuttlebutt, the whispers, the me reading tea leaves of it. UCS is actually an outfit called Midtown Comics. In the States, they already handle Marvel's comps to their creators and their mail subscription service. And the rumor is essentially that Marvel's contract with Diamond is coming up in December. So if you need to clear the deck, and we're potentially going to be taking on all of Marvel's clients, you would probably want to try and focus, especially if you would kind of get more of an exclusive deal with Marvel. And it's probably for the best. In some ways, that Lunar would be more focused on DC and Midtown with Marvel. Then you kind of don't get folks playing favorites, maybe, potentially. I personally like having more sources to get comics from, because if one place can't get it, another place can. If two places have product, then it's in their best interest to serve you well, instead of there's a place to get something and you take it or leave it. Don't like that. So I don't like that Lunar's kind of the only game in town. Now, I'm interested in what this really truly means for the future. My guess is we are going to see a few people jump from Diamond as their contracts or come up. Some of them with the bigger pockets are going to do that themselves. Others are going to have to figure something out. We'll also see how the winter goes if Diamond has to shut down again. That's a possibility. Super fun possibility. But from our experience with what happened last time, we never stopped getting in product except for the stuff that was Diamond exclusive. Like I said, it seems like a lot of those companies are not making that mistake again, and diversifying where you can pick things up. I'm very excited for them, and kind of hoping for the best for some of those smaller companies. And hey, you know what? Maybe Lunar and UCS actually provide more of a. I'm trying to do a buoy of some kind, except like it's a boat with my hands. I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but I'm sure it's a lot, and it's weird. Yes, Eric, I do think Diamond is going to shut down again. Their biggest plants are in the states of California and New York, and the winter is not going to make COVID any better. I feel like some of that stuff's going to be shut down again. Surprised that some of it hasn't been shut down already, and we'll probably see something happening just around November-ish. So that's kind of what's happening there. If you folks have any questions, just kind of shoot them off here, and I'll try and answer them as best I can while we kind of do the general wrap up. I only have this magic mirror today. It's a magic telescope today, but mostly because I need my other hand free to kind of scroll. So we are going to do the romper room time here. right after I answered this one question here. Was wondering if you guys received your shipment in containing speed metal. Yes, we did. We did. I know you're coming in a little bit later, Donovan. But yeah, we had that up on the screen a little bit earlier, along with the Robin King one shot that's happening here. So yeah, magic telescope. Tell me, do all the people I see through you, magic telescope. I see the one true Andrew. I see Margaret. I see Ben. I see Eric. I see also Andrew, who is in his own way true. I see someone whose name I don't know because it's a handle, Neuros1230, who popped in briefly. I see Neil. I see Eric. I see Donovan. I see Sean. And I see Kate. Thank you, folks, for watching. The store, as I've been doing this, has been put back into some kind of order from the chaos that was earlier today when everything was raining indoors. Always fun when it happens. Thank you all for watching, and we will talk with you all again next week with Danica and almost definitely El Dancados. All right, we will see you all next time. Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic. You know, I really do think. It's like a rain from the upstairs place. It's a free ride.